Field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remaster. Today, for your Saturday, it's going to be Bisu and it's going to be Sacsri here on Benzen. Top right, it is our orange Protoss. It is Bisu. And in the bottom left, a Zerg who is purple. It's going to be Sacsri. Sacsri is a challenging Zerg to play against. Is he up to the task of taking down Bisu? Let's find out. This is another RJB replay, but you probably already knew that, right? Check him out, youtube.com/@RJB_TV. All right, what's the play here going to be? What are the openings going to look like for both of these players? It's a two-player map, so Nexus First is incredibly dangerous. And Hatch First could be dangerous as well. We'll see what these players are into. It could be a 2-gate, send Zealots at the Zerg until they die build out of Bisu, which would be really hard for Sacsri to handle. Sacsri, I feel like, coming up against Bisu, does he know it's Bisu though? I don't know, but he is going to go ahead and pool first this thing. So there we go. Pool first at 9 supply. Not an overpool, as the Overlord is coming up eventually here, I guess. Dude, where's your Overlord? Your supply blocked. Are you just gonna save up this money and go for a hatch here around? Oh, there we go. Extractor trick to get additional supply. Fine. Okay, then another drone. This is an aggressive opening for sure. And this is why we probe scout, right? Here comes the probe. Heading down to where the only place that the Zerg can be is, and he sees no gas. He sees a pool already coming up and says, great. So, let's go forge here. Then we'll expand, we'll get some cannons up, and we'll be fine. I honestly don't know. I don't know. Is there any benefit of going pool first on a 2-player map against a Protoss player? Like, seriously, you're not going to get anything done. They're going to scout the pool. They're going to have plenty of time, to get a forge down, get some cannons, maybe wall up with some probe bodies if necessary. This is more just safe, I think. This is just him being like, all right, I don't know what the Protoss player is doing at all. So he's blocking my hatch is what he's doing. Bisu. Bisu, you're so mean. That's a canceled pylon if ever I've seen one. These lings are going to come down and start hammering at it. And then it's going to get canceled. Oh, hang on. Or the lings are going to chase this probe away instead. Oh my gosh. Pylon finished. Oh, he was waiting for it to cancel and then it didn't. And he's like, aw. Well, the lings came back to shut it down, but it's got 500 minerals right now. Sacsri. Bad times. He's like, okay, what if I go here? Oh, he barely got that down, too. So his first base, well, second base is going to be here at this minerals-only base along the left side, and he's going to take technically a third. Here it is natural, but we'll call this the natural and that the third from this point on. This probe, man. Bisu probes are Bisu probes. Overlord comes in and says, cannons are up. No real surprise there, as there's nothing else to defend with here other than probes, and they're pretty good against lings, but they really don't want to have to do that on their own. If they've got some cannons to support them, they're going to be much, much happier in the camper realm here. This probe is still scouting, man. Sees the gas timing, sees it's late. 3.5 minutes to just start saturating your gas. But against the Forge Expand timing, it's safe. It's incredibly safe to do this, and you probably want your economy to be better than it otherwise would be if the Protoss is going for a Forge Expand, right? Because the Forge Expand timing allows for a lot of probes. There's already 18 of them out. Bisu saturating his gas. Cybernetics core coming in. Everything on time over there. And the first 100 gas for the Zerg is going into the lair. So, we're going to see some of them Scourge? Probably. We're going to see some of them Hydras? Also probably. What's on the other side here from Bisu? Is it a DT rush? Very unlikely, but we could see it. Usually DT rushes on their own aren't very good. But Corsair DT can be pretty strong because you get rid of the detection. You know how this works. You know how StarCraft functions. It's January. It's the month. It's so funny for YouTubers, man. I'm not sure if you've ever seen another channel talk about this, but December is this massive month for all YouTubers because for whatever reason, advertisers are willing to spend more in December on YouTube than they are in any other month of the year. So there's this like extra just it's an income bump in December. It doesn't like my money was doubled or anything, right? It was a nice little bump. Get Christmas presents for the kids, And then December comes around and everything just goes bloop, and it falls back down to earth again, and it's so sad. So this is where we are in December. Like, Yeah, Zealot gets taken down. Maybe overmaking Lings a little bit here as Sacsri, but hey, got rid of the Zealot and the Probe pretty easily. No fuss, no muss. Anyway, it's December. It's like I'm working as hard in January as I am in December, but the January just, nope. January paycheck comes and it's like, oh, well, kids, no January presents, sorry. Yeah, anyway. Anyway, there is a Corsair in production. There's a Citadel coming in, +1 air on the way. So let's see. This is where you just don't know what the Protoss is up to, right? You don't know he's working on +1 air. And now you can't get a scout in there because there's a Corsair out. So Sacsri's playing this incredibly blind. Terribly and incredibly blind. But you know what? Zerg's used to it. They know that they're not going to be able to get a great scout off on the Protoss. So you just kind of have to keep Lings out here. Try to keep Overlords in position to see what's going on. Try not to lose a ton of Overlords to Corsairs if that's what the Protoss is doing. It's a tough ask, but the elite Zerg players are capable of it. And just comes in here, clicks on the Spire, says, almost done, huh? Cool. Well, we'll try to kill this Overlord. Let's see if we can get in there. But the Spire's going to finish. And immediately Scourge are going to start producing. And Scourge timing. It builds fast. Place your bets. Will this Overlord live? No, definitely not. Not even close. Okay, well, yeah. Overlord down. First Overlord down. Pretty much a fact of life for Zergs in this matchup. It's a hard job to keep that Overlord alive. Keep one Overlord alive, right? This one's easier to keep alive because you actually have Scourge out now. Ooh, but there's 2 Corsairs. Never mind. So this Overlord is dead too. All right, so Sacsri's had a fairly miserable opening. His second base was late. His third base was late. His Spire was subsequently late. He couldn't get Scourge out in time to save his 2 Overlords that have died already. He's not supply blocked because he's been prepared for that. Funny enough, Bisu's basically supply blocked. And he hasn't lost any pylons at all. He's been too busy making stuff. It is Hydras on the way instead of Mutas from Sacsri, though. We like to see that. Just, I don't know. The Falcon Paladin official motto is don't make Mutas against Protoss unless they're completely skipping Corsairs, in which case go for it, man. Or if you think you can wipe out the Corsair ball and then your Mutas have free reign, then go for that too. But it's a big ask against somebody like Bisu to be like, well, and then I killed all of his Corsairs. It's tough. Maybe Sacsri can pull it off, but I don't know. This is another map that has a lot of high ground situation, a lot of bridges that are great for Lurker Hydra to defend and attack with. Also great for storming if you're a Protoss player, good for Dragoons to hold these too. So it's not entirely just a Zerg favored map. In fact, it can be hard to defend all of the disparate bases on this map as a Zerg player against the incredibly mobile Protoss, right? I mean, Zerg is mobile as well, but you also want some static defenses. It takes a lot to have your army perfectly in position to deal with where the Protoss is going at all times. And you can just defend easier just with cannons and a couple High Templar and maybe a Reaver if you're Protoss, right? There's just no real... I guess there is something of an equivalent to that for Zerg as these Zealots come in. They're not going to get a lot done, and they know that, so they back out. The equivalent for Zerg is you have a high ground base. It doesn't really work on low ground bases, but then you have just Sunkens and Lurkers like crazy. And then breaking that with a ground Protoss army is just like, well, this is not for us, I guess. And then they go home and they're sad. Storm's on the way, Lurkers on the way. What did I tell you? Where are we going with this? All over the place. DT is out. Corsairs haven't done an incredible job wiping out all of the Overlords on the map. I mean, again, supply blocking not really happening today from Sacsri. This Overlord is dead because, you know, +1 Corsairs, of which there are 7 of them, will burn down your Overlords quite quickly. Looks like Sacsri wants to take a 4th base up the left side, always supporting a 4th base. There you go, for your Zergs out there. Protoss, Bisu, considering maybe a 3rd base down here. Now that Storm is done, the ability to defend against pretty much anything that is sent against you is just easier, right? Anything that comes, Lings, Hydras, Lurkers, Mutas show up. Storm. Storm cannon. It'll do. It'll do very well here. Oh, we got a... Dang, he got a Corsair. That is... It's a little unexpected. 3rd base warping in right side. Oh, there's the supply block. Enough Overlords have died now. Sacsri is in supply block prison. God, it hurts. He's down, already down. 108 to 76 supply. Look, it's a ton of Hydras, They're cost efficient and they're really strong, and so it's not like Sacsri is losing bad here based on that supply difference. It's just being supply blocked on top of feeling like all you have is Hydras is kind of tough. Especially dealing with these Zealots that have speed and have +1 attack. And these Hydras have nothing. They have 0/0. They've got the range upgrade and the speed upgrade, which is nice. And oh, Sacsri. Oh, Sacsri, losing your 4th base. Cancel on the 4th base. Must get some damage other side of the map. Okay, forcing a cancel on this entirely undefended 3rd base that Bisu's trying to throw up is actually kind of... Wow, that was easy. Sacri's like, I was expecting to find something over here. Hoping to find something over here, and what I found was a base I could easily cancel without losing anything. And these Zealots are like, oh yeah, and the Hydras are like, yeah. Actually, Corsairs come in to take advantage of the fact that the Hydras are trying to kill the Zealots instead of the Corsairs. They do get an Overlord there. It's another supply block for Sacsri. Effectively, one supply off a supply block is a supply block in my opinion. Retaking the 4th base top left is Sacsri because he's a good player. Storm is up. Lurker Eggs do not like Storm. One of the best... Perhaps the best way to deal with Lurker Eggs that are blocking you from getting somewhere is Storm. It just is. Ah, look at this position. This egg, there's not enough Storm, though. Not enough there. Ay caramba. So, more Lurkers coming in. Dragoons being added in, recognizing, okay, Zealots have kind of lost their oomph at this point. I know Lurkers are being made. I've seen the eggs for myself. So Dragoons are going to trade better against them than my Zealot boys are, but I'll still have them. They'll still trade pretty well against Hydras and against any Lings that exist. Although, that's not really in the plans here, is it, for Sacsri? No Lings at all. It's Hydra Lurker all the livelong day. A strategy we've seen a few hundred times on the channel, I'd say. He's making 11 Overlords. He's just like, I will never be supply blocked again. And he's supply blocked now, and actually Bisu is supply blocked too. Trying to get a new 3rd base up here at about the 1 o'clock position is Bisu. And another Overlord's going to die. See, that's why he made 11 Overlords. Queen's Nest on the way. Is he got a lurker? Yes, he's got a Lurker up here. He's trying to bust through this generator, but I think Bisu knows about it. I don't know if he knows about this Lurker, guys. He's been chomping through this, what is this officially called? A power generator for a while now, and Bisu has not responded to it. Could be problematic for Bisu. All right, Lurker's up. There are some Lings here. How cute. They have no attack upgrades and 1 Carapace and no Adrenal. But hey, if they surround a Dragoon, they'll kill it. He's going to get the... He's going to get it. Here's that high ground I was talking about. High ground. Sunken, 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 sunken. Lurker, Lurker. Bisu goes, never mind, I'm out. And that's why you have... Okay. Wait. There we go. Obs come in, take care of it. Great. Bunch of Lings with no Adrenal and no attack upgrades are like, well, maybe we can get something done. And then there's like 1 Zealot per Zergling on this attack group, and so they get out of there. Corsairs being active, as a good Protoss player will do with their Corsairs. Be active with them. Okay. 4th base up. New 5th base coming up right side. Minerals only for Bisu. He's a 185 supply. It's effectively maxed out. Now, gonna come down a lot down to positioning, and that drone was trying to expand down the bottom left. Not allowed. Intercepted before he could get there. The tragedy of Dronus the Wise here. All right, Storms, Dragoons, and try to keep your obs alive. This is the next little stage of the game for Bisu. Focus down Lurkers. Lings not as much of a problem. Yeah, bring the Zealots to the front to deal with these Lings, but also Lurker Spines are tearing into the Zealots at an alarming rate. They have to back it out of there for sure. Okay, Hive is done. Where is the Adrenal? There we go. Adrenal getting fired up. Ooh, transportation for Overlords coming in. Ventral Sacs on the way. Okay, he's going to go for them drops. You know, Falcon's feelings about drops are well known at this point. There really should be no question about it. Kader and Amulet on the way here. Yep, Bisu doing the smart thing. Defiler Mound on the way from Sacsri. And we're just kind of dancing. I don't know that Sacsri wants to engage. Yeah, he was heading right side, then was like, nope, I got spotted. Left side we go. Fall back. Maybe this drone can throw up a hatch. There's enough money for it. At the same time, trying to sneak another attack down to the south with these Lings that now have Adrenal. But fighting against Archons is dicey. If you can get a full surround on that Archon, it will die. But yeah, we'll fight these Zealots. Sure, they've got better upgrades than us, but Adrenal is like the best upgrade in the history of StarCraft. So we'll fight ya and not win. But we fought you. Another Overlord gets killed. Another supply block. Oh, man. Just being active with Lings. What did I say about Storm, though? Yep, that's how we do it, everybody. That is it. Bisu. He's got what? How many kills on this dude? 5 kills. And only 1 kill. Cannons. Oh, this guy too. Oh, there were like 4 High Templar here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was not going to be broken with just Lings or... I don't know. Maybe some Lurker, maybe Ultralisks could take it down. Robotic support bay on the way. Protoss everywhere are cheering for that. Yes, we're getting a robotic support bay. Let's rock, they say. They say to themselves happily. This Lurker spread by Sacsri is actually pretty great. Yeah, some Lurkers are going to die, but you're taking hits from multiple directions every time, no matter how you step into this. Bisu decides to brute force it because he knows the Dark Swarm is coming soon, and this is the best opportunity that he's got to actually break this, with Dragoons especially. Plague's on the way from Sacsri. Okay, so he's getting all the ingredients he needs to take down Bisu. He still hasn't taken that kind of southern section base. He's going for a 5th up top at the 11 o'clock instead of down here at the 7 o'clock, intriguingly enough. He's had a drone down here forever. Oh, there's a DT waiting for him to do it. The Overlord can see the DT. That's funny. DT's like, it's better for me if you start making a hatch and I kill the hatch than I just kill this drone. Very funny stuff. You might actually just want to start killing the drone because now you're going to die anyway. Alright, well, too late for that. The reaction time needed to be instantaneous for that to be something Bisu could pull off. I don't think he was interested in doing it anyway. He's alright. He's like, fine, take a hatch down here. I'll just come south and murder it. Further upgrades here, armor upgrades, attack upgrades, shuttle speed upgrades coming on in. The Zerg working on missile attack, melee attack, and ground carapace. He picks up the drone to save it. Bisu says, there was a drone down here. I saw him. Where'd he go? Ha 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 ha. Drops used as defensive positions. Defensive hideaways for drones to hide in. I like it. I like that a lot. These Lings are waiting for people to leave, but again, cannons and High Templar, or no High Templar at all down at this base, but that's not enough Lings to break that anyway. That's a lot of cannons. 6 cannons, with 2 more on the way. We just kind of split the map in half. Nobody's made really major inroads here. Holy drop a Rooney. All right, we're going to storm the heck out of this. Because Dark Swarm's coming up. Can we kill this with Storm? Because if we can't, there's nothing else we can do. Oh, the drops are good. And I think that Nexus is down. If these Adrenal Lings focus it, the Zealots are trying to save it, but no. Definitely not. These Lings are all dead, but the infrastructure in this entire area is crushed. Bunch of probes died. Worker count 42 now to 49 in favor of Sacsri. That is how effective drops can be, friends. He even had some stuff left over from that drop. He's dropping in the main base, too. It's just Lings, so nothing could save that Overlord. 187 and 165 supply, but you just killed a base of Bisu, so you're feeling all right, says Sacsri. Full surround. Get him. I don't know if this is enough Lings to do this, guys. It is not enough Lings to do this. Bisu on the warpath. Once again, crossing these bridges while Lurker Spines are tearing into you is tough. It's a tough ask. And Dark Swarm is up. And there are Hydras to rebuff our Corsairs here. This has been absolutely crazy stuff here. And the first Plague. Ooh, Reaver shots coming out too here. There we go. This is what we want to see. Reavers, Archons, High Templar, Dragoons, Zealots. This is the composition Zerg players will fear and hate, but Dark Swarm, Lurker, Hydra sometimes, man. Sometimes it's just a big red stop sign, and you walk into it, and you're very sad. Is he trying to... No, these Lings are still down here. I'm waiting for a Defiler to join them. Because a Defiler coming down here would be great. There's only one High Templar, and he has enough energy for one Storm. So again, Sacsri finding angles, trying to intercept the Protoss before he can get too far over to the Zerg side of the map, before he can cross these bridges without dealing with any kind of interference. Oh man, losing a Robo-Bay would suck, but that's not happening. Robo-Bay is safe and sound. Lost some shields, but those will come back. They always do. Corsairs doing the Corsair thing. But yeah, happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good one. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subs in 2024, which is it's a big goal. It's an ambitious goal. But I figure, I don't know. I think there's enough different people watching this thing that I could get that many subs for 2024. So yeah, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I'm here with Brood War 6 times a week. If you like Brood War, this is a good place to be. All sorts of matchups. Even the mirror matchups sometimes. Plague. Great Plague. Great Plague. DT's being added in. Defiler's being added in. So base count says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases for the Zerg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases for the Protoss. This is not great if you're Sacsri. That's a dead High Templar, though. That's a dead High Templar, too, though. Oh, man. It's probably more than he was expecting when he sent those Lings over. Extremely happy about that pickoff. Trading, like, what, 6 Lings for 2 High Templar? Trade anybody would make any day of the week. Zelotes being smashed in the face. Yeah, it's positioning. Sacsri's done a really good job keeping an eye on exactly what's going on here. Exactly where Bisu wants to go, and then just meeting him. Those Lings got almost no damage done at all. Like this. He's heading south. Send the units south. And, you know, it's not really fair for me to say when Bisu's army is speedy earlier in the cast, because obviously this Hydro Ling Defiler is a lot faster. The Plagues are so good. Plagues are so good. I'm not sure I've seen any Reavers die yet. You guys with better eagle eyes than me will say, of course we watched 3 Reavers die earlier, Falcon. Are you blind? And the answer is sort of. I'm old. My eyesight is not great as it used to be, but also I'm doing this on a 1440p monitor. It's big. It's not as big as a 4K monitor, but it's a 1440p monitor, and so trying to keep my eyes on all parts of the screen at all times is tough. Doing my best, though, for you, because I love you all. All right, on the offensive, Sacsri. This is not just a run-by. This is a massive move-out from the army. So what's here to defend this base? Nothing. Okay, just kidding. There's that one High Templar here. He's got enough energy for, gosh dang, 4 storms. So those go down. He does what he can. He's trying to buy time for the units to come back. What are these guys doing? Come back. The storms are so good. There were 2 High Templar here. I am so blind again. But this Nexus is going to die. It's a minerals-only base. It's not as important, but killing it is helping Sacsri remain where he needs to be economically to compete here against Bisu. So that was big. Killing this Nexus was actually pretty fantastically big. Just more production of Lings, Scourge, further upgrades for these Zerglings. They've got their +2 attack. They're working on +3. We're going to fully crackling these guys, which we don't see a ton of anymore in the current meta. I'm not sure if Zerg players have decided that fully doing that is good. Leaving them at +2 attack seems to be okay. They don't seem to be rushing to get +3 at all. But definitely something. This is where the Corsairs they've been plagued and they sort of lost their effectiveness with all the hiders on the map. So they just sort of die. Trying to come in here through this really narrow choke when Storm is waiting and Reavers are waiting for you. No, probably not. Oh, that Reaver didn't fire. That Reaver didn't fire. Somewhere Artosis is mad at that. Actually, he's probably okay with Reavers not firing, right? Yeah, storm up the lurk. Obliterate that sucker. This base is held. These Lings have been sitting here for like 10 minutes. I don't think they accomplished anything. Oh, they killed an Archon. Never mind. Way to kill an Archon, boys. What we haven't... off snipe. What we haven't seen from BC today are Reaver drops. Storm drops, right? The only drop we've seen has been from Sacsri's side, and if both players are elite and both players are using spells like we're seeing here, and one player is dropping and the other one isn't, it's sort of going to the player who drops. That is going to come on top here, I feel like. I mean, I don't know. One drop that kills a base is better than no drops, right? I feel like Bisu needs to start trying to take another base. Defiler gets a plague off. Knows it's dead, but gets its plague off before it dies, fulfilling its duty to the swarm here. High Templar energy levels, 50, 93. That's a Dark Templar. 48. There's actually not a lot of storm down here if he wanted to make another go of this. And he wants to make another go of this. So here goes nothing. Dark Swarm up. Lurkers in. Not spread, kind of. Second Dark Swarm. Okay, this is problematic. Dude, the High Templar abandoned their post here. I guess only one of them had enough energy for a storm anyway. Oh, man. Probe's down to 35. Did we get a drop? We got a storm drop, everybody. 4 kills on that High Templar. There's another High Templar in this shuttle. Don't die to the spore. Oh, died to the spore, and the High Templar didn't get a storm off. No! No, that's massive. If this drop... Oh, this drop did tons of damage to the economy of Bisu. This drop was okay by Bisu, and this drop had so much potential, but then the static defense shut it down. This Defiler's like, I don't have any kills. I'll never have any kills, but man, am I a good support unit today. And they let him live. We respect you, Defiler, for what you are capable of and the powers that you possess. Absolutely awesome. Awesome stuff here. 183 to 174 supply. And Sacsri took the space while that was happening. Of course he did. Alright, Bisu needs to kill a base or take one. He's economically struggling right now, but he's got what he needs. He's got the big ticket items, the Archons, the Reavers, the High Templar, the Holy Trinity of splash damage as 12 Zerglings go down to a single hit there. He's marching up this ramp. I own this high ground, he says. I will kill all of the Zergs who live up here. And Sacsri says, you will, but I will bring more to replace those. I shall be as the swarm. Sniped. That's not good. Plague down. Reavers. Been plagued. Okay, Reaver down, Reaver down, Reaver down. A lot of Zerg just died there, but most of the army of Bisu just got obliterated. This base is not happening from Bisu, and these bases are running. Man, the income advantage for Sacsri now is massive. That's it. I think that's it. Bisu's got some Zealots and some High Templar, and he's going to try to make a move here, but Zealots and High Templar, it's not enough. You need the Triumvirate. You need the holy trifecta. Maybe you can get up here and take down this base. Did you bring Obs with you is another question. Yes, he does have an Obs. He's got one Archon. But no, man. It's Adrenalings for life with Lurker support. Storms are good. That's a great plague. That is such a good plague. Oh, that is such a good plague. Oh. Blark. Yeah, man. I think Sacsri has done this. I really think wiping out all those Reavers and all those Archons and all those High Templar, I just don't know if there is a path to prosperity here for Bisu. I mean, you storm as well as you can. Okay. Well, he held that. Hang on, there's more Lings coming, heading down south to try to deal with this. Hey, get inside the Dark Swarm, dummies. Alright, they are stupid. Defiler, nothing doing. Oh, gets picked up! Gets picked up and evac. Dun 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 dun. That was a Mission Impossible moment, man. He completes the mission, and then they come to kill him, and an evac helicopter comes in and picks him up, and they fly away. I'm excited for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 this year. I thought Part 1 was a lot of fun. Mission Impossible movies usually are. Obs snipe. Another Obs. It's just no. Too much production going on here. Got another Reaver. Okay. Maybe. This is a DEF CON 1 replay according to RJB. Did Bisu just scratch and claw his way into getting a couple Archons, a Reaver, a couple more High Templar. Again, he needs to kill a base. Hold your horses, everybody. Okay. Zealots trying to keep the Reaver alive. Good job of that. Archons covering that flank too. Lings picking off reinforcing Zealots for almost nothing. And then jumping into a Zealot Archon battle. No, but then the Reaver almost gets picked off by responding Hydras down here at this base. Another Reaver. Oh, gosh. Reaver killing lurkers. Okay, breathing room. Breathing room. Observer gets kept alive. Let's break this base. There's no Nidus here. Anything that comes out of here to defend it is going to come from the north or from this hatchery. Oh, he picks up the Reaver. Kills the Archons, holding the ramp. All right. Hold your horses, everybody. Nice Reaver shots on these drones. The evac is real. Did the Reaver get picked off? The Reaver got picked off. Dude, the drone evac in that Overlord. The drops today, the drop was good, but the evac potential of these dropper lords have been too good as well. With all the Corsairs dead. Hang on, this hatch is going to die. Zealot Archon, High Templar getting a lot of work done here. It's 109 to 78 supply. Hold on. Bisu takes down the newest source of income for the Zerg. And I know it's a boring concept for me to say the newest source of income. It sounds like I'm an accountant, but it's true. Killing the newest sources of income, really whoever you're playing, but for some reason especially Zergs, is extra good. It's really good. It slows the Zerg player down a lot economically. He's only at 94 supply. He just fired up 10 mutas. Oh my gosh. Did he just do it? My goodness. 12 mutas on the way. Bisu trying to expand here. The only anti-air that exists is an Archon and a couple High Templar. Good. Great storm drop up here. Great storm drop at the 11 o'clock. Drone count down to 35. Once again, he evac'd some of the drones into Overlords, but a bunch of them certainly died. Space coming up for Bisu is everything. Everything. And the mutas are out. The mutas are finding High Templar, forcing them to turn into Archons so they don't immediately die. One of them dies, another one comes up. That's enough to get the mutas out of there. Bisu, 100 lurkers protecting this base. It's his last mining base. So no, you're not going to get a frontal assault on that. I'm sorry. Is there something in this Overlord? No. Where are the mutas at? The mutas are just thinning out the ranks of the Zealots. That's it. Bisu taps out the Muta air superiority. The Muta tech switch at 30 minutes is enough to get the win. And Sacsri takes down Bisu in a 33-minute PvZ at DEF CON 1. For your friends here today. Holy cow, that was a great game. That was, I'm out of words for that. The tech switch was it. That was killer. I think Bisu had a really good chance of winning this thing, if not for the dreaded Mutalisk tech switch. They don't have upgrades. They don't even have upgrades, but it doesn't matter if you can't shoot back at them. Yeah, these Zealots, despite they had armor and shield upgrades. When you end the game, when somebody leaves, it resets their upgrades to 0 visually, but that's a lie. Yeah, that was it. Muta tech switch. The death of this base was big from Sacsri. The death of this base was big for Sacsri. Losing this base was a massive setback for him, but holding on to this base and then the Muta tech switch. That's what it did. So, you're really curious what the numbers are going to tell us here, because this is crazy. 263,000 points, 279,000 points. That's a win for Sacsri. He outproduced, oh my gosh, he made 1,010 units in 33 minutes. That's a lot of units. That's a lot of lings especially. 1,000 to 300 units, 1 to 3 outproduction ratio, and got out-killed a 1 to 4 ratio. So that's it. That's the difference here. He outproduced more than Bisu could kill. Usually a 4 to 1 kill death ratio is enough to win against a Zerg player, but Sacsri's macro today was insane. 42 to 2 buildings raised is a big number, and then outspending by only about 4,000 resources too. Only about 4,000 resources on the outspend in 33 minutes, which is not generally enough. But I think the Zerg player was just... I think the Zerg player was just cost-efficient enough. More cost-efficient than he usually is. And Zerg usually is. And that was enough to get it today. What a crazy outcome. Absolutely crazy outcome. Man. All right, so well done, Sacsri, taking down the monster that is Bisu. And that's going to be it from me. This is Ben, Falcon Paladin, coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.